Ndị Igbo ekene m unu. Asụkwa m ka echiri ya zelu. A sị na ọ ya dịrị anyị niile mma n'ofu n'ofu ka arabụ ndị niile na-akwado maka nnwere onwe nke ụmụ Igbo. Anọdụ m na mma nke ndị Igbo. Ọ ya dịrị niile na mma, ya dịka echi na echi ada agwụ agwụ. Onye aka ekwuru onye aka ọ ya adị. Ise ise ise. Alright, dịka o si dị na anyị wutere nnukwu ozi dị oke mkpa. Ịma na o nwere ife a na-ebe a na-eme sometimes ọ dịka agbara nkịtị nwa n'ife dị agha. O nwere nnukwu ozi dị oke mkpa ọte na-ekwu our PM passed the message or passed through our brother. Ụmụchukwu unu gee ya bụ ife, because all these politicians nwere ife ha na-achọ na n'ebe ndị IPOB nọ, n'ebe ndị Biafran si nọ. Ọte na-ekwu akwa ifo all these politicians nọ na Bible na Igbo nwere ife a na-achọ mana fa ya afọ ya. Gee ntị ka ife nwanne anyị nwere ike ikwu ga-esi ya bụ ife. You can drop your own comment on the comment section below. Alright, over to you, my brother.
Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome to Biafra Unite channel / television this very moment. Now, Tinubu should act now. Dr. Chukwuemeka Ezife, the first civilian governor of Anambra State, said for peace to reign in Southeast, the federal government should immediately release Kanu. According to him, if the federal government was not enjoying the killings and insecurity in the Southeast, they could have done something to check Ekpa's alleged activities with his followers. You see that? If the government wants to stop the insecurity in Southeast, they have every means to stop it. Again, if Simon Ekpa is not an agent of the federal government, they have all it takes to stop him, as if I said. The ultimate goal of solving the problem in the region is to listen to the voice of Igbo elders and stakeholders to release Kanu and peace will reign. We cannot do much in the Southeast without Nnamdi Kanu being released. If the government releases him, the whole tension in the region will disappear overnight. My advice now is that Tinubu should act immediately by releasing Nnamdi Kanu as ordered by the courts. We can then know those engaging in criminal activities in the name of fighting for the release of his leader. So remember when I told you early last year, that the only person who is genuinely asking for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, apart from autopilot, that the only, I said only, among all the whole people talking on Facebook and on the pages of newspaper for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that the only person who was sincerely requesting for his release was the late Mbazulika Amechi, to his blessed memory. I said it. Do you remember when I said it? Both I said it in 2001 and in 2002. And today, since the demise of that man, no one else, apart from these same people they call autopilot, nobody else, no one else, nobody is genuinely asking for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the Southeast. I'm telling you the truth. Now let's continue. Counterproductive. Also, the Igbo International Association Nigeria and the diaspora, while reacting through its national president, Chief Pius Okoye, said that the incessant sit-at-home by Ekpa-led groups, the autopilot and government in exile, apart from being counterproductive to the release of IPOB leader, it is also counterproductive and destructive to the Southeast economy. Since we understand that Southeast has no economy, how can you talk about Southeast economy when you are running this kind of rogue federal system? How can you talk about Southeast economy when you are running this kind of destructive and rogue federal system? And somebody is telling me about Southeast economy. Does Southeast have economy? The answer is no. You collect your money, your stipends, your monthly allowances and all that from the federal government. You generate from the Southeast and federal government collect it, all of them, and take them to Abuja, and at the end of the month, you run to Abuja to get your salary. So the states in Southeast and other states in the zoo get their salary from the federal government each and every month, and you call it federal system. Instead of you to generate and pay your tithe to the federal government, the reverse is the case. You generate and hand all of them to the federal government, and at the end of the month, you run to Abuja to collect your salary, which is unbelievable. And you still call it federal or federal system. That is unbelievable. So there is no economy in the Southeast. And if you claim there is, what have you done with this so-called economy of Southeast? What have you done? Are you not aware that people are suffering in the same Southeast as you claim? According to the group, every responsible and true son and daughter of Igbo land was in shock on why Tinubu was here to release Kanu unconditionally from detention. He said, "We expect that Mazi Ekpa, who claims to be a disciple of Kanu, to also do the same by ensuring that peace reigns in Igbo land while effort is made to release Kanu. But we are surprised that somebody who claims to be working for Kanu's release will be declaring sit at home for more than one day for the suffering Igbo people." AND is simply seeing that action of making people sit at home is working against the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That you can no longer brainwash our people. We have destroyed this level. We have passed through this level long ago. So go and find another tactics and come back. In fact, it is actually an attempt to upstage him. We expect that Ekpa and his group should help ensure security in Igbo land in preparation for the peaceful atmosphere for the release of Kanu, not causing insecurity. We are not here to cause any harm or insecurity to our people. In fact, what we are doing is to protect our people from the marauding Fulani terrorists. That's why what is happening in Benue State today, Kogi State today, Niger State today, Plateau State today is not happening in the Igbo land, in the Southeast as you call it. It's not happening in our land, where you see Fulani herdsmen terrorists massacre 75 people just 2 days ago. Fulani herdsmen terrorists massacred 150 people in Plateau State. Fulani jihadists killed 300 people in Benue State. Benue State is very close to Ebonyi State and the Enugu State, but they are not coming to Enugu State because of the presence of the Eastern Security Network and the Biafra Liberation Army. So they can't cross here. We have what they have. When they come here, we slaughter them here because we cannot allow terrorists to have their way in our land. It is not possible. So what are you talking about? The people causing insecurity in Igbo land are the politicians because they use their thugs, Ebubago and the current Asari Dokubo men, which they call special forces, to kill innocent people in our land. So that is it. They use these special forces to cause mayhem, to enforce it at home and target IPOB in order to demoralize the people. So they are the only one causing insecurity. The politicians are the cause of insecurity in Biafra territory, in Igbo land, not Simon Ekpa or the agitators. Now, as a group of elders in Southeast Nigeria and the diaspora, we want President Bola Tinubu to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for peace in Southeast and Nigeria in general. They say their names are the Igbo International Association of Nigeria. So I have no business with such deluded set of animals. I have no business with them. They are speaking on behalf of Nigerians. I speak as a Biafran. Now, Kanu's arch enemy reacting, the national president of Ohaneze Youth Council (OYC), Comrade Ibayaka, maintained that anyone bringing death, insecurity, fear, and businesses collapse in the Southeast is an arch enemy of Nnamdi Kanu and the Biafra restoration. He said there was a viral video from one of Kanu's court appearances where he stated that he wants Biafra land to be calm and that he was in detention to save Biafrans, not to see the people dying. When this idiot speaks, I don't have to listen. It is a shame that I'm reading it. It's a shame that somebody like me, Odinanwa, is reading a comment from a Fulefu, Okoko called Ibayaka. Who is that idiot? This same Fulefu here, who is now in control of Radio Biafra or official Facebook group. People are not aware of what is going on. This idiot here called Ibayaka, who happens to be the president of Ohaneze Youth Wing, is in control of official Radio Biafra Facebook group. This idiot here is the one now. They have left the group, they have handed the group admin in the hands of this idiot. Everything he does, every video he makes is being approved, automatically approved by the Radio Biafra Facebook group. And you want me to be talking with this idiot? Okay. Therefore, anyone that's doing anything that's bringing death, insecurity, fear, and businesses collapse in the southeast is an arch enemy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the Biafra restoration. Mr. Ekpa's activities and utterances show him as a core enemy of Nnamdi Kanu and his quest for Biafra liberation. Anybody who is working with the defunct DOS do not speak for Biafra and can never ever desire the liberation of Biafra or the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because they sold him. Now, political solution. Ohaneze Youth Council (OYC) stands on the directives of Nnamdi Kanu, who appealed for calmness in Biafra land. The federal government should know that pro-Biafrans under Nnamdi Kanu are law-abiding and should be law-abiding too by obeying the court of competent jurisdiction that has set Kanu free. Where are you saying it? On the pages of newspaper. Don't you know where Asorok is? You are free to walk about in the zoo. March to Asorok. Don't come to pages of newspaper to confuse us because we know your plot. We know your plans. We know your plans. Holding Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS dungeon up to this moment is an act of executive rascality of former President Muhammadu Buhari and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We therefore call on the government to adopt political solution as recommended by Prof. George Obiozo, the late President General of Ohaneze Igbo worldwide, to tackle the Nnamdi Kanu's case. Now pay attention, my people. Extradition. Similarly, the National President of Igbo National Council Inc., Chilos Godsen, said Southeast governors should demand from the Finland government for the extradition of Simon Ekpa, and failure to do that, they will place an embargo on Finland and also lead a protest to the country's embassy. Also, the convener and executive director of Padi Foundation, Mr. Eze Eluchie, asked Ndibo to ignore Ekpa. In the meantime, I will advise that everybody neglects that rascal element. Even the IPOB has denied him and says they are not part of the Ekpa sit-at-home order, Eluchie said. How possible is it that somebody who is enjoying himself in faraway Finland will continue to give orders that are implemented in the southeast? Ichoku, Abi. Ichoku. That's why you all crying foul today, crying us a river, because somebody far away from Finland is giving an instructions and is being implemented in the southeast. Ichoku. Oga chok gidono until you meet your creator. Mwokoko. Contributing, the coalition of Southeast youth leaders. These people don't exist. There's nothing like this. There is nothing, absolutely nothing like this. I'm telling you, they do not exist. Goodluck Ibem stated that Ekpa was not fighting for the release of Kanu. Simon Ekpa is not fighting for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. He is fighting for him to remain in detention. Ibem said, okay, you want me to respond to that? The truth is that somebody who claims to be agitating for his people cannot unleash mayhem on them and kill them and kill the same people he claims to be defending. Different ideology. A popular Twitter influencer known as General Oluchi explained that Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa have different ideologies under IPOB. Nnamdi Kanu wants a referendum and was after Marudin armed Fulani headsmen, which led to the creation of the Eastern Security Network ESN, while Simon Ekpa sponsored attacks against Igbos in Southeast who refused to obey his sit-at-home order. She wrote, this idiot writing here is the same idiot that laid an allegation, propagated evil against the Eastern Security Network. And today, she is now praising the same ESN that she condemned. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is using ESN to create insecurity in Southeast and attack police. Today, this same idiot is praising the same ESN because she wants to use one stone and kill two birds. She wants to use the praising of ESN to sabotage Mazi Simon Ekpa. knowing fully well that they have accomplished their move, their desire, their goal to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and rendition him to the zoo. Now their next target is Mazi Simon Ekpa. And let me sound it clear to them that kidnapping and renditioning everybody or anybody who speaks about Biafra can never ever quench the fire, can never ever stop Biafra from coming, and can never ever stop the eradication of the zoo presence in Biafra territory. It must continue until we make sure that the zoo does no longer exist in Biafra land. Is assurance that I'm giving to all of them today. You have done it to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you celebrated it in 2021, and today here we are. You are now planning to kidnap Mazi Simon Ekpa, and I want to tell you that Mazi Simon Ekpa has already become your end. Now they said Ekpa is not interested in the referendum agenda or calling for MNK release like IPOB expected. Simon has gone rogue. The idiot continued. She stated that Kanu had told Ekpa and co to stop sit-at-home order about 2 years ago, but he refused. That message was passed through Nnamdi Kanu's wife, who recently visited him in DSS custody months ago, and through his lawyers, she further wrote. These are agents of Ifajuna, Ifani Jofo. They work together, and that Delilah in UK. Buhari's government hunted Kanu. Now pay attention to this because it's very important. Buhari's government hunted Kanu down twice. At first, he was arrested and imprisoned, then granted bail. The second time, they caught him in Kenya and brought him back to Nigeria. But the same government could care less about Simon Ekpa. She asked a question. Why is the federal government not looking for Simon Ekpa? What does that tell you, government agent? So now, she is happy. I want you to now she said the second time they caught him in Kenya and brought him back to the zoo to Nigeria, but the same government could care less about Simon Ekpa. And now she asked a very useless question here, that why is the federal government not looking for Simon? After, remember, why are they not looking for Simon the same way they looked for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and successfully brought him back to the zoo? So she's wondering, why are they leaving Simon to continue to agitate for Biafra? Why wouldn't they bring him back and chain him the same way they are chaining Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? So it is to their pleasure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is suffering till today. It is their pleasure. They derive joy in seeing the suffering of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Anybody who comes to pages of newspaper to tell you, I want Tinubu to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that person is deceiving you. They are not serious. They are doing it to confuse you, for you not to talk about Biafra again, for you to forget about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If we get now, and we understand these things, that's why we said we are using action, not by talking, not by words. We are using action to demand his unconditional release. And if you don't like it, go and hug Transformer. Mazi Simon Ekpa can never ever be rendition to the zoo, because Finland is not United Kingdom. Britain is as corrupt as Nigeria, and there is nothing anybody can do to change their mind if not to use force on them. Another Igbo leader who preferred anonymity accused Ekpa of working with the ruling party to prevent the release of Kanu. Now they have changed. This one says anonymous. They have changed. Before, it was Ekpa is working with the APC government to stop an Igbo man to becoming the next president of the zoo. And today, since they failed to become the president of the zoo, election was conducted, right? You people say it was peaceful, right? Fine, we have agreed, we have accepted that. Election was conducted, fine. Are you still calling about Ekpa again for stopping an election? That one is now a thing of the past. So they have now changed from you working with the APC to stop P2B or to stop Igbo man from becoming the president of the zoo. They are now saying that Ekpa is working with the same APC to prevent Nnamdi Kanu's release. Oh, so you were aware that Nnamdi Kanu should have been released, and you didn't say that Ekpa is working against Nnamdi Kanu's release, but he was working against Igbos having Nigerian president. Today, after you failed to produce a president, Fulani used a Monday hammer on you and hit you press you down and show you that they are the owner of Nigeria, and now you are blabbing. Ekpa is working with the APC to stop the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No be juju be that. Are you not ashamed of yourself, idiots? They said it's that simple, and time will tell. Simon Ekpa is a government agent, the same government agent that you people are protesting to the government, the same government, to rendition their own agent. Can you see that you have gone mad? You've lost it all. You have no conscience. You have no reasoning capacity anymore. Nothing is left on you, because we have removed your feeding bottle from your mouth. You are now running helter skelter. In fact, you are finished. Now, government agent working so hard to destabilize the East, so that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not be released, he said. So they want you to see as if they are sympathizers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are not. They are the same people that they said the same thing they are saying today against Simon Ekpa on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And I don't want our people to forget so soon. You must not forget so soon that this is the same thing they said against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So it did not start from today. And of course, Mazi Simon Ekpa has finished all of them. Kanu was hiding while Ekpa was free, and his location is known. Why has this government not contacted the Finnish government to repatriate or call him to order? Why have they not gone to Finland to arrest him? You have your answer. First of all, let me correct an impression. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not hiding in the UK. They knew where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu used to stay, in UK. They knew. They have sent UK police several times to interrogate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu left UK to seek a safe haven where he can stay and agitate for his freedom in Kenya. Because, first of all, the house became chaotic. The wife became so mad that she wanted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu dead. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sensed a danger here. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knew it was going to be an easy route to get him through this wife. He left UK. That is number one. Number two, UK is against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's freedom, because UK created Nigeria, and UK does not want their business enterprise in Nigeria to divide. So they don't want anything that will tamper with their business. It is clear that Nigeria is the business of United Kingdom, because they mine our solid resources, they drill our oil and use it to develop their economy in the United Kingdom. So anybody who is talking about the division of the zoo, the UK will not take it lightly with that person. But they know that by law, that person is right, and they cannot do anything against that person wherever, whenever. So they have to use a corrupt government like Kenyan government, in conjunction with the zoo government, to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and rendition him to the zoo. So these are two factors that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sensed and decided to look for somewhere better for him to agitate for his freedom. That's why he traveled to Kenya. Is it clear now? So he shouldn't have been hiding, if not that he is a citizen of UK and fighting to divide what UK created, a business enterprise of the United Kingdom, and UK doesn't want such business to divide. If you get now, so that is the problem. But Finland does not create any country in Africa. They are against subjugation, they are against oppression, they are against any repressive or oppressive law against the indigenous population in a place like the zoo called Nigeria. They are against it. So if you're expecting them to extradite their own citizen to a jungle like Nigeria, I want to tell you that such can never happen. Such can never happen. And on that note, I will end this broadcast. Thank you, my people. To salu numozia and make it go viral.
All right, dalon linen umife muchineke. Kunu si esoyila yona anugonu ko si webata wekulu. Onoro ya megini ya koro wanne ya. Ife anyị na-eme bife ya adịla anyị na mma. Ife anyị na-eme bife ya adịrị ndị Igbo na mma. And ife anyị na-eme bife ga-eweta nwere onwe n'ala Igbo. Ajikwala na-asị daalụ niile na ụmụ Chukwu. Kunu si na-esoyila anyị n'ihe niile nke anyị na-eme. Chukwu oke abịa mapụrụ m ihe ya gozie unu. ga-ekpuchitekwa unu. Ọ na-aka kwuru na ka ọ ya adị. Ise and anyị sị na Maazị Nnamdi Kanu bụ onye ndu na Chukwuebuka Obianọ ga-ekpuchite ya. Oge na-adịrị ọ ga-apụta na mkpọrọ. Ọ na-aka kwuru na ka ọ ya adị. Ise. All right, thank you so much. This is Eastern News 24. Anyị sị ụmụnne m daalụ nne ka emesịa.